Hi everyone, Mark Igo here with your MassHSHockey.com weekly recap. It's Friday, February 4th, and once again, snow and cancellations lead our storyline. Our rescheduled games are being updated on the homepage on a daily basis, so make sure you go to that homepage and right under the news section, you'll be able to catch all of the rescheduled games. Also, with more snow possibly headed on the way Saturday, again, you're going to want to go to that website to check the game announcements before heading out to your rinks. Unfortunately, our weekly contest game was postponed due to snow this week, so the 6-4-2 Concord Carlisle Patriots will now face off against the 9-2-1 Drake Middies on Monday, February the 7th at 8 p.m. We currently have over 75 entries, so keep the entries coming in, and hopefully we'll have a winner for our Reebok 10K stick to announce during next Friday's weekly recap. Again, that game's going to go off at 8 o'clock on Monday night, so you can keep submitting entries until that time. And thanks again to our friends over at Reebok Hockey. Be sure to visit ReebokHockey.com for all your hockey needs. Okay, we're going to start over in Men's Division 3A this week. Over at 3A, we're going to find Holyoke holding the top spot again on top of 3A at 12-0-0. Again, a great start for Holyoke. Again, coming in at number 2 this week is Amherst Pelham. They are now 10-1-2, with number 3 being Groton Dunstable at 10-1-1. We're going to keep an eye on this week's up-and-coming Agawam team, as they're number 4 in the rankings at 10-3-1, and very much closing in on our top 3 teams. Last week we highlighted the game between the Chicopee and Amherst Pelham teams. Chicopee skated right with them, but Amherst Pelham was able to hang on to a 3-2 victory, so a very good game there for our Game of the Week feature. See if we can keep a hot streak going here as we zero in on the game between number 4 Agawam Brownies and the number 10 Greenfield Green Wave. This game is going to take place on Saturday the 5th at 7 p.m. over at Olympia. Big opportunity for the Brownies to move up in the rankings. Moving over to Men's Division 3, we find movement over in the top 3 seeds here, where the number 1 ranking is held by Westwood at 10-1-1. Longmeadow stays put at number 2, where they're now 10-3-0, while the Scituate Sailors are now this week's number 3 at 7-4-1. We had mentioned Scituate climbing their way into the number 4 seed last week, and now we find them at number 3 again this week. So we've got Westwood, Longmeadow, and Scituate as our top 3 in Men's Division 3. Last week we told you to circle the game between number 10 undefeated Bourne Canalmen and their crosstown rivals Wareham. The Canalmen were able to keep their record unblemished, as they're now 10-0-0. They defeated Wareham 5-1. This week we're going to keep an eye on the game between number 11 Norwell, and the Clippers are up against league rival Cohasset. The Cohasset Skippers are coming in at 6-2-1. This game is going to take place on Saturday, February the 5th at 8 p.m., so be sure to catch the Norwell Clippers and Cohasset Skippers on Saturday night. All right, over in Men's Division 2, the top 4 teams have really dug in here. Really no movement to speak of. Newburyport remains at number 1. They're at 8-2-2 this week, while Wilmington stays at number 2, coming in at 10-1-2. Peabody Tanners are now 9-2-2. While Tewksbury just keeps pace here. They're 11-3-0, coming in at number 4. Unable to gain any ground this week, but we'll be sure to keep an eye on them as they continue a great season at 11-3-0. Last week, we asked you to take a look at the game between number 6 Winthrop and their rival Revere. This game was postponed due to weather and is still waiting to be rescheduled, so make sure you check back onto the website for that new date and time. Should be a good one when the game finally gets played. This week we're going to circle the game between number 7 Boston Latin. Boston Latin coming in at 10-1-2. They're going to square off against number 4 Tewksbury. This game is going to take place on Saturday the 5th at 5 p.m. over at Northeastern University. This should be a great game, so be sure to catch the Boston Latin Tewksbury game again Saturday night over at Northeastern. Men's Division 1. We told you a few weeks back that we believe there's a lot of parity this season, and the teams have not let us down here in Division 1. We've got a new team at the top for the 3rd straight week. This week we have the Weymouth Wildcats clawing their way into the top spot at 12-1-1. We've been keeping an eye on Weymouth all year as they've progressed from number 4 now to this week's number 1. Last week's number 1 Catholic Memorial will drop down to number 2. while the St. Mary's Spartans come shooting up into the number 4 spot at 9-1-3. Barnstable hangs on to the number 3 spot as we head into the weekend here. Last week we highlighted the game between Wakefield and Woburn. This game again was postponed due to the snow, so this is going to be rescheduled, still to be announced. So again, check back onto the website for the new date and time of that game. It should be a great matchup. This week we're going to circle the game between number 5 Central Catholic coming in at 10-3-0, and they're facing off against number 21 Billerica, who's coming in at 6-1-4. This game will take place on Wednesday, February the 9th at 8 p.m. A lot on the line for both teams, so this really should be a good one to catch. Moving over to the women's brackets, we're going to take a look at Women's Division 1. We thought we'd have some movement this week, seeing that Woburn and St. Mary's squared off last weekend, but these two teams showed us why they're number 1 and number 2 as they skated to a 1-1 tie. So no changes at the top two. Woburn remains number 1, St. Mary's remains number 2. We do have a new team coming in at number 3 this week, with Acton-Boxborough surging ahead with a 10-2-1 record to join the race here, with Woburn and St. Mary's leading the way. So we'll see if the Acton-Boxborough team at 10-2-1 can keep pace. Last week we highlighted the contest between number 8 Arlington and Concord Carlisle. Another great game. Arlington took care of business in this one, winning the game 2-0. And moved up to number 6 this week in the rankings. So a good win for Arlington, knocking off Concord Carlisle 2-0. This week we're taking a look at the game between number 7 Lincoln Sudbury, who comes in at 6-5-1. They're going to face off against number 3 Westford Academy. Westford Academy is currently 7-4-2. This game's going to take place on Saturday, February 5th at 8 p.m. Should be a good contest between two very evenly matched teams. Over in the Women's Division 2, we have number 1 Duxbury staying put at the top. They're 11-1-0. There's changes below them as we have a new number 2 this week. Medfield coming in at 10-0-2. The Lady Warriors grabbed the number 2 spot, while Fontbonne, who's been in the top 3 throughout the year, now finds themselves at number 3 at 9-1-3. So we've got Duxbury, Medfield, and Fontbonne rounding out the top 3 here in Women's Division 2. Last week we circled the game between Winchester, who was crossing over to play a Division 1 Lexington team. Lexington proved to be a little too much for them and won this game 4-1. This week we're going to highlight the game between number 11 Walpole Rebels, coming in at 10-3-0 as they face off against the Wellesley Raiders, who are coming in at 10-5-0. So a good matchup there between number 11 and number 9. This game's going to take place on Saturday night, February 5th at 8:20 p.m. over at Iorio Arena. A lot at stake between these two teams, so be sure to catch this one again Saturday night at 8:20 p.m. over at Iorio Arena in Walpole. That's going to be it for this week's recap. Remember to check the website on Monday for our Game of the Week, which will be highlighted up there on the home page. Keep coming back to the website as these games will get rescheduled. We will have them on the home page as well as rescheduled on the team pages. Make sure you enter the contest, again, to win yourself a Reebok 10K stick. Again, $199 retail value. The game's going to go off on Monday night at 8 p.m., so make sure you get your entries in prior to the start of this game. We appreciate, again, the coaches sending in your game changes as well as your team stats and rosters. Again, you can do this by emailing us at info@MassHSchoolHockey.com. Hopefully we don't see too much snow over the weekend, but if we do, make sure, again, you come back to the website as we'll have it updated periodically throughout the day on Saturday and again over the weekend. And hopefully I'll see all of you right back here next Friday, again with your next MassHSchoolHockey.com weekly recap. Enjoy your week.